We're going to talk about winter fishing, and we're going to talk about finesse winter jig fishing, and that's one of my favorite ways to catch bass in the wintertime. And it's all with a little jig and a spinning rod. And I like to use a spinning rod. It's a 7-foot loose, medium heavy spinning rod. I've got it paired up with a Hypermag reel. This is the 200 size. I've got it spooled with 10-pound test tour braid, and I've got it spliced to 10-pound test contra fluorocarbon. So there's our setup. Now we're going to talk about 3 different jigs, and they all work very well. The one I have tied on, that's a 1/4 ounce bitsy buck. Another one is the little finesse jig, the little finesse football jig. Then we've got the little baby structure jig. They're all 3 great little jigs. The finesse jig, you know, the rubber's cut different on it a lot of times. And this is why we call it finesse. You can see that the rubber's cut short up here on top, so it gives it a smaller profile. In clear water, I'm probably gonna go with that. If the water's got a little more stain, I'm gonna go with the bitsy bug or the baby structure jig, but they all 3 work. But I want to talk about trailers, because trailers are very important. So the first trailer I have rigged up here, believe it or not, that is a baby rodent that I have taken the appendages off the back. I've left the tail and I've cut it down slightly. So that gives you a nice small profile, and you want to separate this tail back here. So that gives you a great little jig trailer for finesse fishing. When the water's cold, I really like that. If the water's warmer, if you're looking at water temperatures, 55 degrees or so, depending on where you're at in the wintertime, this is gonna be my favorite. That's the baby rage crawl. So I'm gonna use that trailer. More times than not, I'm gonna use these 2. I'm gonna use the baby rage crawl and the little rodent as a trailer. Day in, day out, that little fella right there is what I'm gonna be fishing. I'm gonna fish it bluff banks. I'm gonna look for secondary points inside the creeks that have, some real deep water nearby, and bluff, channel swing banks, all these type places, even main lake humps. If you got a lake that has deep boat docks, you'll catch them there. But when the water gets cold, fishing gets tough, that little jig right there will catch you a lot of bass.